a beautiful topic, and I'm like really excited to talk about this. We're talking about self-awareness, going from self-awareness to self-mastery, and how this causes emotional regulation, and it causes you to have this air of unshakability and bulletproofness, okay? Unbothered, this feeling of inner strength, inner knowing, okay? So that's what we're gonna go through. Have a few points for you guys. So embodied self-awareness brings emotional mastery. That's the first point here. The reason I say this, brings emotional mastery, so embodied self-awareness. The more self-aware you are, self-aware of what's your triggers, what are your weaknesses, what are things that can set you off, let's say set you off, or things that are just like pain points in your body. I've talked about this analogy before, but if you have a pain point, it means something that's like sore. The sore piece in your arm. Let's say there's like a bruise in your arm, and or some like sore, some type of like, I don't know, some knot in your muscle. And if it hurts to touch it, this is your weak point. So anytime you go through life and something triggers this weak point to be in pain, you're going to feel that pain. It's going to feel like as if you felt that pain for the first time. Like it's bringing up those emotions and those feelings that you felt when you initially got this sore in your arm. And this is the self-awareness. So from self-awareness, you can now figure out, what do I need to fix? What do I need to strengthen? What are the big weaknesses or the weak points, the pain points? Work through those. We're going to talk about that in this video. To then be at a level of self-mastery, emotional mastery. Because now, like I always say, you are now in control of your emotions. Your emotions are not in control of you. If you fix this, now it doesn't matter where somebody touches or what you bump into. It's not going to hurt. It's not going to bring that same pain that you were feeling before, because you already know. Either you're aware and now you have something that protects it. That doesn't last for too long, right? You can wear like something that protects this area. You can wear like some band-aid that's like almost like a hard exterior shell, so nothing touches and penetrates this sore area. But like now you're living your life around this band-aid, this protection shield, and you're giving your power away to this protection, this band-aid, whatever analogy I'm putting out. I'm always making some crazy analogy. So that's giving your power away. So how do we call all of our power back? Understanding that it's in our hands. Everything is in our hands. When you have this realization, when you finally like swallow this realization, it gives you all the power. People love to be a victim. People love to hear that things are happening to them. And it's like, yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do. That takes all your power away. The best thing to hear is there is things you can do. This is actually all your fault. If you hear this is all your fault, this means, oh, you actually have all the power to change it now. That means you can solve all of this. Okay, so although this is a very hard pill to swallow, this is such an important pill to swallow that it is all in your hands. And there are things in life that are not in your hands where it's external circumstances 100%, but that doesn't change how you react to them and respond to these things. Just because this situation, this external circumstance, and this external circumstance over here happened does not equal your reaction having to be a certain way. You can now choose this multiple choice list of reactions and responses. Okay, so we're not just reacting to situations abruptly. We're thinking, we know, we calculate a response. We already know how to handle ourselves, conduct ourselves, because we have self-awareness. So now it's a response, it's not a reaction. Okay? So embodied self-awareness brings emotional mastery. The more self-awareness you have, the more you're able to figure out what are the pain points, the more you're able to work through those pain points. Okay, so one other concept I really want to get through to you guys in this video is slow does not equal small, and small does not equal slow. Okay, so when I say start slow, that doesn't mean start small per se. Okay, sometimes I'll say the word small, but I actually mean start slow. You're taking it bit by bit, but you're working on the thing that is the biggest leap. I always talk about this. Take the biggest leap and make the choice that makes you feel a little bit uncomfortable. It's pushing you outside the comfort zone. We talk about this. This is what expands you. This is what grows you as a person, grows your confidence, grows your capabilities, grows your character. Okay? It's choosing the stuff that is the unusual stuff, the things that you don't usually do in your life. Not the safe option. The option that's a little bit outside of what you're used to doing. The unsafe option. Okay? You're taking some risk. When I say that, doesn't have to mean with life or with your career. It could just mean with healing yourself. So choosing the biggest pain point and actually working with that. The self-awareness next step is to choose the biggest pain point. Work through that. Work through that slowly. But you're not choosing the smallest pain point. You're not going to choose the easy route. Oh yeah, I'm just going to choose the fact that I'm stressed over the grocery. I don't know what's the small one. Like, I really don't like how the garbage man takes my garbage. Like, you're just choosing something very easy. Like, you want to go for the biggest one. What is the biggest trauma in life? The biggest thing that set you back. The biggest pain that's ever happened to you. Start there, but start slow. Okay, so make a big leap, a big step. Don't start small, but start slow in that area. So slow meaning allow those emotions to process and come up slowly. Okay, so if you guys have seen, I put out my emotional regulation course. It's in the description. And this is so good for processing and releasing emotion. If you guys need guidance, if you guys need that specific practical tools and steps, and you guys need someone to help guide you through processing emotions, it's going to be all in this course. It's like amazing. And there's a meditation there. You guys can revisit the meditation. Everything is in there. Okay, so working through these big problems in your life, working through the biggest trauma, the biggest pain, slowly working through that. Now, let's say you're going through life. The reason why we're doing all this working through it is that when you're going through life, you have an air of, you know, the truth. Okay, so if somebody comes at you, somebody says something, I get constant hate comments, or not constant, but like I get a few hate comments here and there. And if I already know my truth, if I already know like the reason I'm making videos, or the reason whatever I'm saying, the reason behind it, if I already know those things, then I'm already secure and confident in the content I make. So if someone doesn't like my content, and if someone doesn't resonate with my content, it's not gonna shake me. Okay, like I already know the truth. I don't need to have comments to validate the things I'm saying. Does that make sense? Because if you already know your truth, if you're already confident in your own character, in your own work, in your own being, then it doesn't matter what is told to you that day. You can just go outside and do you. And this is that ability to become unshakable, because you already established this sense of confidence before hearing a reaction, before hearing any praise, before hearing any acceptance, validation. You don't need it. You don't need anything external. Everything is coming from the internal. Okay, so what this is, and what this is all encompassing, is emotional and mental resilience. Emotional and mental resilience is honestly the biggest piece for becoming unshakable, becoming unbothered, and self-mastery, emotional mastery. It's your resilience. Resilience, 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 okay? I'm curious to know, like, comment below, what is the biggest thing that has helped you guys with emotional resilience and mental resilience in terms of your life, in terms of your circumstances or situations. What has helped you become the most resilient? I want to know. I want to hear some feedback from you guys. I want to know what works for you guys. And you build resilience by building coping mechanisms and sticking to those coping mechanisms and sticking to your word, following through with your word, and that builds the confidence. So I've went over this a lot with my clients that have problems with confidence or problems with self-esteem. And we build that confidence up from small things. Just making your bed in the morning, crossing something off your to-do list, making a protocol for yourself for like a routine or healthy habits, and then sticking to that routine, sticking to that list of habits, and then seeing how that feels afterwards. Like if you see right behind me right now, I have a habit tracker. This is my habit tracker. I give it to my clients, but I use it for myself as well. So right now I have 2 habits. Well, there's just room for 2 habits because we don't want to overwhelm ourselves. So I'm the biggest advocate for like lower amounts of goals, but following through with those goals. Okay. So I cross every single day these 2 habits off so that first it gives that sense of accomplishment that you can actually do it. Because if I tell you, uh, let's give the reading example. If I say read a chapter a day, and I'm like, okay, you're gonna do it, and you're just like, oh, like I don't know, like I could do it, I couldn't, like maybe I won't, like I've done it, maybe I've read a chapter a day before, but if you actually do it, if you do 30 days reading a chapter a day, how do you think you're gonna feel after that? It's gonna feel like a whole different experience. You're gonna feel like a whole different level of embodiment. This is the feeling of embodiment that's hard to talk about. It's hard to teach. It's something you have to feel. A lot of the times with the principles and the lessons I teach you guys, it's something that you have to feel. It's not something that I can just talk about. It's not something that you can just read about. You have to actually feel this embodied feeling. It has to become integrated into your character. And that comes when you actually do the work and you actually see the results paying off. For me, the biggest resilience came when I realized that this life is a gift and it's not the end. I don't know how, but I will definitely have another one in another life after this. This life is a gift and it's not the end. Yeah, absolutely. Life is eternal and this life is a gift. It's easier to become lots of regrets, overcome lots of regrets. Yeah, so living with a sense of like that, why regret anything? There's the winner mindset, the loser mindset. I talk about it almost every day. The winner mindset is you either win or learn, and then the loser mindset is if you win or lose. This is how majority of the people in the world think. This is the 99% of people that think, oh, I either win or lose. I either win or lost. Oh, I lost. Oh, this day I won. No. Everything, if you think of winner mindset, growth mindset, it's you win or you learn. Win or you learn. The rest of your life, you're winning or you're learning. That's a win in my book. Okay? So switching this mindset over, shifting this mindset into the winner mindset, the growth mindset, that everything happens for you. Nothing's happening to you. It's all happening for you. The worst, it's happening for you. And this is like this is why this is like the 1% mindset, because most people don't want to think this way. Most people feel so uncomfortable thinking this way. But trust me, the level of shift in your life, even if some things feel so impractical, and it feels so like uncomfortable to think like, oh no, I don't even want to think about this. This is so hard for me to accept. It's hard for me to accept this is happening for me. I don't want to accept it. I don't want to think this way. Trust me, the benefits will pay off. Switching your mindset, letting things go. That's another point that I wrote down here is refuse self-pity. Refuse self-pity because it's genuinely holding you back. The more you sit there and think about things that you've lost, the more you sit there and feel and dwell in these overwhelming sensations of grief, the more you're holding yourself back from learning lessons and growing yourself. We want to feel these periods of like grief and sadness for just a short period of time. Allow yourself to fully feel that emotion. We talk about this. This is how you process emotions. Allowing yourself to fully feel that emotion. I talk about this in the emotional regulation course. You have to fully feel it before it can fully go. Okay, you have to go through the emotion. To get out of it, you have to go through it. So that comes with having it fully come up. You're fully hearing and seeing that emotion like it's a child. You want that child to feel fully heard, fully seen, fully felt. Okay? So allowing that emotion to fully come up, saying like, it's okay, I'm here. Everything's going to be okay. You can still feel this way. I'm not going to abandon you. Allowing it to be there. And then allowing it to kind of settle and wash away on its own. It starts to subside, it starts to pass as you just allow it to be felt. It's like this, the more you welcome it in, the more you exaggerate it and feel it, the more it leaves on its own. Versus the more you push it away, the more you repress it, the more it just wants to keep coming up. It's like the opposite. Okay, so refuse self-pity. Have these feelings of this sadness, this overwhelm. Feel those in the moment, but let them pass. Allow them to pass. Know that it's better for you, it's more beneficial to actually fully feel them and have them pass than you constantly suppressing them, trying to get things done. Like a lot of the times, and I've been a victim of this in the past, or a victim, I've been prone to this in the past, I've done this in the past, that I don't want to feel this emotion. It's like I don't have time for this right now. I don't have time to feel sad. I don't have time to feel anxious about this. I'm just going to get this done. I'm going to keep suppressing this. And then it keeps bubbling up. It's persistent. It wants to be felt. And then eventually it overwhelms the whole system, the whole body, and it just forces its way out. And maybe it forced its way out in a way that you didn't want it to. Maybe it, like you said something you didn't mean to somebody, or you made a decision you didn't want to make. You acted a way that you didn't want to act. So realizing and understanding, acknowledging, to love yourself, to take care of yourself, means to fully feel these emotions and not repress them. This is self-awareness. Self-awareness is the act of caring for yourself and understanding what your needs are right now. If you have these emotions that are coming up, repressing them is not self-awareness. It's not going to lead to self-mastery. It's leading to your demise. Okay? So you're feeling those emotions, you're allowing them to be felt fully because it's going to be a brief moment. You're allowing these uncomfortable feelings to happen for a brief moment, for as long as they need, but it's usually way more short, way more brief than if you repress them and you're feeling them for long term. Okay? So shift the mindset after you feel these emotions to a sense of gratitude for what is to come. So you're not sitting in these low vibrational feelings. Feeling them allows us to grow, absolutely. It allows you to grow because it's like a bully at school and they keep bullying you and you just keep reacting. You just keep like pushing it away, or like, I don't know, you're reacting in a way where you're scared of it. You're so scared of it. It's like this reaction, this bully's getting this reaction, versus if you just allow it to be there and you just like hear it out and you don't really react. You're just like, okay. They're not going to have the same level of like, oh, this is enjoyable. Like, it's not enjoyable anymore. Then they're just like, okay, you've heard me out. I'm done. And they just leave on their own. So that literally proves this. Like, it allows you to grow. It allows things to move on. It allows things to just go into the flow. Our life and the flow of life, the flow of our essence is supposed to keep flowing. We're supposed to keep swimming in a certain direction. You're holding yourself hostage by not allowing these things to be felt, by not allowing self-awareness to grow into self-mastery, emotional mastery, and emotional and mental resilience. Another thing with emotional and mental resilience is working on those big triggers allows you now to not be triggered the next time as much as you were the first time. So when you work through these triggers, it means now nothing really in life bothers you. And if things do bother you, now you can write those down, track them, journal about them, and then you work on that. And now you've solved that. And then if another thing bothers you, you work on that. And now it's like you become unbothered because you've worked on everything that was bothering you. The biggest thing, like that's why I'm saying, like for my emotional regulation course, I talk about choose the biggest thing. Like what's the biggest thing that's coming up for you right now? And solve that. Work through it. When I say solve it, it actually is easier than you think. fully feeling an emotion, fully allowing it to be felt and worked through actually helps so much. Like, you guys underestimate how much process and decreasing the pain of it this will do. Like, the processing, once the processing is done, it doesn't feel the same anymore. Somebody can bring up this situation, or this trigger can come up, and now your body does not react the same, because that stuck emotion is not there anymore. Like, wherever that stuck emotion was, wherever that stuck tension was, it's not there. So it doesn't feel the pain anymore, right? That wound is not there anymore. So imagine somebody's touching that wound, the old wound. You don't really feel that pain anymore. According to David R. Hawking, fear comes after the grief. Shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, courage. Is this the stages of grief? Or what is this? Grief, fear, desire, anger, pride, courage. I love how shame, it's interesting that you put shame there. A lot of repression of emotions has to do with shame, because if you are so shameful about something, there is no way you're going to process it, because you don't even want to acknowledge it's there. So that's like at the bottom. Yeah, exactly. So first you need to just accept. And that comes with just the realization, we talk about this all the time, that you are not your thoughts. So accepting your thoughts, that's number one. Just accept them. Accept that they're there and allow them to just pass, because you are not these thoughts. You don't have to accept them as yourself. You're just accepting them as present. They're just present. They're just there for the moment. They're currently there, but that doesn't mean that's part of you. That doesn't mean that that's going to be there forever. This is just the stage of life that you're in right now, because you haven't processed them. You haven't let them pass. You have to just let them pass. Just say hi and bye, and they'll be on their way. That's it. So really releasing this shame, understanding, like, the more you feel shame about something, the more it is in resistance to passing. The more it has way more control over you than you think. It's controlling every aspect of your life, because now it's like this low vibrational energy that you're carrying around. Other people can see that. Whether it's in your facial expressions, whether it's in your energy, your body language, the way you talk. Even the way you talk, your voice carries a vibration. And you will see people, as they heal and as they release emotions, their voice starts to change, which is very, very interesting, because people think that your voice is just the way it is, or there's so many factors in our life that people think is just the way they are. You start to look different, you start to sound different, you start to, like, move differently, less tension, less inflammation in the body. The more you release, the more you let go, the more you heal. It's like reversing. This is why I made that video about talking about, like, literally the more you heal, the more you release emotions and process them, the more you're like reverse aging. It's like you're just like letting all these years go off your life because it was taking a toll on you. It's like this holding you hostage, holding you down. It's like this weight over you, like extra gravity. Extra gravity, what does what? It sinks the face. So imagine now you just feel lighter. You are physically lighter because you're releasing these things. You're getting them out. Energetically, if you're lighter, you're physically going to feel lighter. Okay, so I love that. Okay, so the faster you can just get rid of shame, the faster you heal. Okay, so like shame is just such a low vibrational feeling. And I know it's such a human feeling because we want to be good. We want to be something that we are proud of. So if we're not proud of something that we've done, we feel this sense of shame, and it's like overwhelming. But that's not going to lead to unshakableness, because now it's like a very big pain point. If I bring up that piece of shame, now you're shamed, and now you're not unshakable anymore. You're easy shaken up. You are not bulletproof. You are not unbothered. You are bothered, actually. You're very bothered because you are feeling guilt. You're feeling shame about something. Rather than just accept this thought, accept this part, this shadow self, and allow it to pass. I promise you guys, the quicker you're able to overcome this feeling of shame, the quicker this aspect of you that you are feeling shameful about is able to pass. And it has no hold over you. The power is done. The power over you is past. The more you feel shame about it, the more it has power over you. So if you really don't like this aspect, then reverse the shame and allow that to pass. Because that's the whole reason you're feeling shame, because you don't like it, right? So don't you want it to pass? So shouldn't you accept it so that it can now pass and process? Okay, so it's kind of like everything is the opposite of what you think. You think, I don't want to feel this because it's too painful, so let's just repress it. Well, it just actually makes everything worse. Let's go into nature. What does nature do? Always go back to, what does nature do? When nature feels an emotion, when you see an animal in fight or flight, they look scared, they're running, fight or flight. That's exactly what they're doing. They're either fighting or they're flighting. They're getting out of there. And then when the predator is gone and they feel safe again, or they feel better, what do? They shake it off. They feel the emotion fully. They get rid of it. They jump, they run, whatever they need to do. They're releasing that emotion. They're processing that emotion. It doesn't look like processing, but it is. They're fully releasing it. This is somatic movements. Somatic means going into the body, not the mind. The mind wants to tell you, oh my gosh, we should be stressed about this. We should be really, really stressed about this. Let's think about it for the next day. Okay? No, we're going into the body, somatic. Somatic meaning body, soma meaning body. Going into the body and now moving around, feeling it out. That's why in the emotional regulation course, in the awareness meditation I have for you guys, we talk about, how does the body feel? That's a body scan as well. What's coming up in the body? Like, where do you feel the tension? Where do you feel this, like, where do you feel the feeling? Where do you feel the shame? Maybe you feel it on your skin. Okay, that's still somatic. And now allowing that fully to be felt and allowing it to pass. Allowing yourself to process those emotions. Okay, so if the animals do it, that's what nature does. Take lessons from nature. Do that yourself. Incorporate everything that you see in nature into yourself. Things happen, seasons pass, and cycles, it's all a cycle. The downs have ups, the ups have downs. It's a cycle, seasons, and there's no stress in nature. The birds don't wake up and stress. The birds are not stressed at night thinking, how am I gonna get food tomorrow? They just wake up and they just know they're gonna find food. God just takes care of the birds. There's literally a Bible passage about the birds do not stress. I'm gonna reiterate it. I'm gonna butcher this Bible verse actually, but because I didn't memorize it. But it's about the birds wake up and they're just taken care of. But how much more important are we than the birds? And we're stressed. And you don't think God's gonna take care of you. You don't think things are gonna just align. Things are happening for you. They're not happening to you. This is moving from self-awareness. Self-awareness. The more you can develop self-awareness, self-awareness, self-awareness. Every single day, be aware. Be aware. How am I feeling right now? Tap into the body. How do I feel? What do I need? Okay, what can I do right now? What should I do? What needs to be felt? Anything? Do I need to journal about anything? Great. Now you know. Do whatever you need to do. Then go on with your day. This is self-awareness. Something happens, something triggers you. Understand, bring in the self-awareness, self-awareness, self-awareness. This is a trigger for me because in the past I felt this way, or this emotion's now, it's a pain point. This is self-awareness. Keep the self-awareness, building upon the self-awareness. It's like you're calcifying the self-awareness into self-mastery, emotional mastery. This is why the title of this video is From Self-Awareness to Self-Mastery. Because we are mastering the self. What is the self? This flesh. And this flesh is just like nature. We get stressed, we get triggered, we get upset. But how do we overcome that? How do we have mastery over the self, the flesh? Understanding self-awareness, to a higher degree, this calcified level of self-awareness. That we already know the truth. We already know our like values, what we stand for. We already know the true beliefs, that everything's happening for us, that we can only grow from these situations. This is like this level of peace. This is how we get this level of peace. Thank you. Nice to see you, Sharf. This is that overwhelming level of peace, is to just feel this like everything's gonna work out. Everything is actually okay. So I love that, guys. I love that. And also, I'm so happy to see you guys here and watching, because this is a really important live. This topic is encompassing what has transformed my life, what has transformed my level of self-mastery. And before, when I was in a triggered state and when I was in a dysregulated state, when I used to be in fight or flight for majority of my life, imagine years and years of stress, what it does to the body, what it does to the mind, and how can you overcome that? It takes so much work to overcome that. It takes so much reassurance, and it takes so much consistency to overcome that. Everyone's here. I am a body, flesh to growing. I have a body. Flesh allows us to be unshakable. Interesting. Yeah, I'm happy that you guys can catch this live. So I think the most important thing that I've been stressing this entire live is the self-awareness. The more you are self-aware of your human reactions to things. Yes, it's human it's so human to just feel shame. It's so human to feel guilt. It's human to feel upset, triggered. Like, we are so, this is the human, this is the flesh. But we have to transcend these emotions, these reactions. How do you transcend them? First, just allow them to be there. Stop feeling shame for them. Just allow them to be there, allow them to pass on their own. This is how you just allow things to happen. Allow nature to take its course. The more you just feel it, the more you just allow your body, like, stop trying to take control of everything. We always want so much control over our life. Like, no, I'm going to do it this way because I'll feel like more in control. But allow nature, the patterns of nature to happen in your life. Allow the seasons to change on their own. If you imagine just suppressing the clouds when they're trying to rain, it's like, you don't want it to rain right now. No, it's not a good time. It's not a good time for the rain. Let's just put a blanket, like just hold the rain up. Like, it's not gonna rain right now. Okay, guys, no, the clouds are gonna be like, huh? No, we need to rain. Like, it's like the rain's gonna pour. So what's gonna happen if you don't let it rain? Eventually it's gonna rip through the blanket. The blanket's not gonna hold up the rain. So when the rain needs to come, let it pass. The season, like, it'll clear on its own. So taking this step back of surrendering to the process, that these things will pass on their own if you allow them to be fully felt. If you allow the rain to just come down, we don't think about it because it's like, oh, nature's doing that. Like, we don't interfere with nature. Like, it's just like so natural. But when it comes to ourselves, we want to take so much control over it. Why is that? Why don't we ask ourselves better questions and realize, like, why? Yeah, Danny. That's Danny. Above water is Danny. Asking ourselves better questions. Why do we feel so much confidence with the birds and with nature going its course and everything working out? But with us, we're like so shaky. Why does it feel like that? No, you are also unshakable. You're also going to go through the seasons. It's also going to pass, and everything's happening for you, and it's all going to be okay. Okay? So I hope this gives you guys some relief. It's only 34 minutes. I know I thought I was talking for longer. Let me know if you guys have any specific questions. I could talk about them. Any questions on self-awareness or working through these emotions? And I could try to answer them. Any Q&A questions? I think the rain and the clouds was like such a funny analogy. I'm always thinking of random analogies. I've always been like that, even before like creating videos and becoming a health coach, I was one of those kids that always had an analogy. Like I would try to explain something to my mom or my family, my aunts, and I'd be like, but think about it this way. Like it's just like I always have like an analogy for something. My mind just, that's how my mind works. It just goes to what things can relate to this. And it's so true. It's so true. And it allows you to feel this relief, this level of relief. You're using the creative part of your mind, absolutely. Connects the dots. Yeah. It helps just relieve this level of stress and this level of like overwhelm. Like genuinely, because if you really, really think about it, the birds are not, no animal is overwhelmed and thinking like, what am I gonna do tomorrow? Like, what if the food I can't find? What if that that piece of grass is not there tomorrow? Like no animal's thinking that. No, the rabbits are not thinking that. The deer are not thinking that. They're just thinking it's all gonna be fine tomorrow. Even if they just almost got eaten, they just shake it off and then they're back to it. And their heart rate goes down, they're back into parasympathetic. But us, we're stressed about something for just weeks, years. Something bad happens, and now we're carrying that stress because we don't want to feel it. It's too painful. Put the blanket over the clouds. And don't let the rain come down because it's not a good time for the rain. Imagine if we could control the rain and we're like, oh, it's not a good time. Imagine how much rain we would have suppressed and not had come down because it's just not a good time. So allowing nature to just run its course. And if you find one tip, if you find it hard to process emotions, if you find it hard to cry, if you find it hard for emotions to come up for you, you can trigger those emotions to happen by watching a sad movie. So that can be like the trigger. Sometimes something sad in my life happens that's more easy for me to talk about than something else, like this is in the past. And then I'll allow that moment, I'll allow the tears to come out in that moment, but the tears are actually for other things. So it's like this sad moment where it's like my family or my friends are comforting me. And I don't know if they're going to watch this video, but in those moments, I was actually not crying about this said thing. I was crying about other said things. When I say said, like this said thing, not sad. It's like you're allowing your emotions to come through, but in different ways. Okay, so it doesn't have to be exactly what you think. Your emotions can come out in different ways. Even just like when you're watching that sad movie and it's like it's making you sad and making you want to cry, run with that. Let's say you're crying on a scale of 1 to 10. How sad are you in that moment? Let's say you're like a 5. You're crying. It's a sad movie. Okay, now how would it feel to now exaggerate that sadness and those tears to like a 10? Do it slowly. Like be like, hey, like, let's put it to a 6, 7, 8, 9, now 10. Just let it all come out. Just let it literally just all come out. Like every single sad emotion, just let it fully be felt, processed. This is like such a powerful example. This is such a powerful tip, guys. This is a tip that no one really talks about, is like forcing yourself to feel that emotion. Because sometimes I hear this a lot with people, is they have trouble crying or they can't even cry. They can't allow themselves to cry. It's like it's hard for them to get there. So this is a very good, useful, practical way to process and to release emotions. It's not always that you have to physically like ask yourself, oh, how would this emotion happen? Like you're thinking too hard about it. Again, you're putting so much control over it to process. How do I process this? How do I accept and process? No, like let go of the control. Just feel. Just feel and release. That's it. Even we're so programmed that even when we're feeling and releasing these emotions, we're trying to control them. Or like, but maybe I shouldn't feel this upset about this, or but it's just because of this and that's why I feel this way. No, just fully feel it. Stop asking yourself like, is this valid for me to feel? Is it valid for me to feel this upset about this and it happened so long ago and they didn't mean it like this, or it wasn't meant for me to take it like this? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay? Stop trying to validate your own, like just let it all happen. Yes, you do feel upset. Just fully feel those emotions. Okay, I've literally been ranting to you guys. I got here a little late. Oh, no worries. That's what I like about YouTube lives as opposed to my TikTok lives, because you can go back and you can just rewatch. So that's why it just stays up on the channel. But the TikTok lives, I do them live, obviously, and whatever you miss, you miss. And like sometimes I'll repost like clips and stuff, but that's why I love the YouTube lives as well. Like that's the main reason. Grief because I have ego, and I think all we want to be seen is by, yeah, exactly. So ego can take over. So this is the control part that I'm talking about. Okay, so yes, I will go live on TikTok after. You already know the drill. I always do TikTok lives after the YouTube lives. Yeah, so ego is a big part of this. We want to control the emotion. We want to control how we're processing. So let's say you're feeling shame about something. You're feeling shame that you, let's say you hate your partner. You just hate them. Like you're just like, I feel like I just hate this person. And what do? You feel shame. You feel guilt. You're like, I shouldn't hate them. Like that's such a bad thing. That doesn't align with my values. I'm all about love and peace. I don't want to hate this person. This is an example, guys. Okay? Now imagine suppressing this versus trying to fully feel it out and accept this feeling. What do you think is going to allow it to pass? It's, well, after yelling at you guys for like an hour on this live, you definitely know it's number 2, allowing it to fully be felt so that it can pass, versus suppressing it and feeling like, oh, no, I don't feel this way, and just feeling so much shame towards it. Now you're in a lower vibration. What do you think your partner's going to feel? They're going to have this constant feeling like, this person does not like me. Well, why do they have so much tension towards me? Versus if you just acknowledge this feeling, why do I feel this way about this person? You can journal about it. You can definitely journal. We talk about journaling a lot. Why do I feel this way? What in me is so upset or triggered by this person? Go through it. Maybe it's something from your childhood. Maybe it's something in the past. Working through that emotion, allowing it to be fully felt. Then let's go into the body, somatic. Where do I feel this? Where do I feel this hatred? Where do I feel it? Is it in my abdomen, my core, my stomach? Is it in my throat? This is the main areas of the tension. That's why I go talking about those. Maybe in the shoulders. Maybe you're feeling it like numbness in the legs. Like you're just feeling like your body's rejecting this. Okay, allowing it to be fully felt, allowing and not feeling shame, like overcoming this feeling of shame, and just like keep pouring into this feeling of acceptance. Self-awareness. Become aware. Yes, you feel shame. It's okay to feel shame, but keep feeling this emotion. Just power through the shame, and keep pouring into acceptance. This is embodied self-awareness. Then it turns into self-mastery. Self-mastery takes time, and self-mastery takes a process that looks ugly. It feels ugly. It feels painful before it gets better. Just fully feeling it. Like, we all have horrible aspects or thoughts or feelings that are coming up. And what benefit is it to ourselves and to anyone else in this world that we meet or interact with to hold these low levels of shame and fear and guilt? It's not going to be beneficial for either side, right? And like I said, the vibration and the emotions that we hold change the way we speak. Imagine that. Imagine your emotions and the level of awareness and the level of healing you've done, the level of pain or shame that you have in your body changes your voice, the way you talk. You see this even if you guys, and I feel very uncomfortable about this, like a little bit, and I had to work through that feeling of discomfort. But if you guys have been watching me for a long time, you guys can see how my voice has changed with the level of healing I've done. You can see my healing journey. Like, and I see this. I see it in my own videos, in like if I look back at my camera roll or old memories of myself, and I'll see the way I looked and the pain I was holding, the tension I was holding in my arms, and just the way I was talking. It's like, it's a different level of living. It's a different way of living, which we love to see. We love to see the actual, like the proof, okay? So you're seeing my own testimonial and my own healing journey. If you look back at like old videos and stuff. But some of you guys, I sometimes do Yeah, beautiful journey. Thank you. You look and sound like peace. Thank you. And I get that a lot. And that was not the case before. This is why I think it's important for me to share more of my testimonial and more of my journey, because a lot of people see somebody at the end of the journey, not that I'm anywhere near the end, but somebody sees the more of the results and they think that that's how that person was their entire life, when that's not the case at all. It took years and years of healing. It took so much moments of like dramatic crying, dramatic somatic release, and so much like ugliness, so much like discomfort, so much pain coming up, so much reversal of all this like trauma, all the hurt, reversing all of this, working through all of it, processing all of it, journaling. Like I've done so much journaling, like notebooks full of journaling, pages and hundreds of pages of journaling, processing. And trust me, the thing that has made the biggest difference is revisiting old journal prompts. Like I won't just do a journal prompt once. Sometimes I will. Sometimes all it needs is one journal prompt, okay? And then other times I'm doing the same journal prompt maybe a week after. So I'm doing the same journal prompt. One that really made a huge difference for me is what would forgiveness look like? Okay? The first time I did that journal prompt in terms of things in my personal life, I was like, I don't want to do this journal prompt. Like, what the heck? I don't want to do this. And then the second time I did it, I was like, okay, it's a nice journal prompt. It's like, I can see how this would benefit me. Third time doing it, wow, I'm really getting a lot of insight. I think it was the third time around, everything fell into place. And everything felt lighter. And I understood and realized forgiveness on a deeper level. And this is why I tell you guys, it's not something I can teach. It's not something I can just tell you guys or you guys can just read about. It's something you have to feel. You have to actually do the prompts. You have to do the emotional regulation practices. You have to either like go through the coaching journey. That's why I created this course for people that are a lot of people that are not ready for coaching, or they're not ready to talk about things with somebody. Do it on your own. Start on your own. This is the emotional regulation course I put out. It's in the description of this video, but it allows you to go through and process and release emotions on your own. And you have my guidance through it. But you can do it at your own pace and in the privacy of your own company. And I forgot where I was going with that. But I think I read a comment and then oh yeah, the journaling. Yeah, so with journaling, and then you're fully embodied into this practice. You are the experience of it, the experience of doing the journaling and doing the practices is a deeper level of learning rather than just being told what to do. If I tell you, okay, this is what you're going to do, this is how you're going to do it. This is how you process. Well, you're not going to feel that way. You're not going to feel that level of confidence like, oh yeah, this is how you process emotions, until you do it yourself and you feel the benefits. Then you're going to be like, yeah, this is actually how you process emotions. Like, I've felt the benefits. There's a level, the conviction in your voice when you're talking about it is a different level. It's like having a journal, but with video proof of the progress. Oh yeah, that's the fun part, yeah, as well. I would say I'm unbothered or detached, but nothing is really changing after having the mindset from this mindset. Some of the opposite, and it can trigger me. Kyle, what do you mean? You can ask a little bit. I want to know what specific areas. I would say I'm unbothered, or would you say you wouldn't say, or you would say? But nothing is really changing after having this mindset for months. So, okay, so unbothered and detached, there's two ways of looking at it. There's the unhealthy way and the healthy way. The unhealthy way is you're suppressing your heart and you're closing yourself off from the world. And you've built this barrier around. Well, now it's kind of easy to be detached because your heart is closed. Versus if your heart is open and you're kind, you're vulnerable, you're loving, Your emotions are on your sleeve. But your level of unbothered is there because you have inner strength and inner knowing. Because you've already processed things, because you already have a higher level of awareness. So be very careful with which area, like which side of unbothered or detached you go down. Okay, so making sure that your heart, your center is open. And even though it's painful, that's the most actually important part, is open your heart, feel the pain, allow that pain to be felt. And then as you go through the days to come after with your heart open, that allows you to process things because you're figuring out what's coming up. Let me know if I'm on, if I'm understanding what you're saying. Osho is an excellent role model. Check him out. Yeah, I've seen a few videos. I see it clearly in my own journey too. Life begins to flow when we stop resisting it and learn to embrace it as it unfolds. Absolutely beautifully said. This is beautifully said. Embrace it as it unfolds. It's happening for you. It's not happening to you. Okay? Just going through your day, waking up in the morning and realizing like it's gonna be okay. No matter what happens today, like no matter how much pain I feel, it depends on now, like how I feel tomorrow depends on how much that stays with me or how much I processed it. Does that make sense? Because if something painful happens to me today, I have an inner knowing and inner confidence that yes, it will feel painful, but it can't really hurt me long term or for much longer than the brief moments, because I know how to process it. I know how to fully feel it. So if pain it feels is like a 7 out of 10 for me, and I force it to a 10 out of 10, and I let it fully be felt, it's kind of like, oh wow, you really want to feel this emotion. And then it's kind of like, I'm tired, I'll leave now. And it'll just pass on its own. Okay? So I encourage you guys to, if you guys are on the journey of feeling like detached in a way where your heart is closed and you feel like you're not in touch with your emotions, you feel like you haven't touched base in that area of your body, then I would encourage you to release emotions, starting with something like a sad movie, crying it out, doing somatic techniques. We go into detail in this in the emotional regulation course, and there's a whole guidance of how to build your own customized self protocol for yourself for emotional regulation, how to figure out what works for you, what doesn't. And yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Thank you guys for watching the live and talking about your own experiences. And I will see you guys in my next video. And if you guys are going to be watching my TikTok live, I'll be live on TikTok and talking about some of the same concepts and some other stuff. And also a vlog is in the works. I'm going to be making a vlog for you guys about healthy habits in my day, just kind of how I go about my day, and just a nice authentic vlog of myself, like nothing forced, nothing too crazy, just calm, peaceful vibes. Yeah, so I'm just thinking if I should do multiple days or if I just do one day. But yeah, okay, so thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys in my next video.